Welcome to Nick's Nectar. So what's happening this time?
Well, it's been about a year since we made a video. 2023 was a pretty rough year. We only got about half the honey harvest that we got from the year before. There was all kinds of, crazy weather going on with rain and everything else, washing the nectar away. I've talked to a bunch of other folks about it in the club. Some of them had a rough year like we did, and some of them had a great year. So it was really local, I guess, as far as any kind of output and the impact to the bees. We installed 2 packages, and both those hives died out by the end of the year. And as we checked on them early this year, they were already gone. One of them already had it late last year, and the other one just had a small cluster on the top of it that were all died out. The winter was too harsh for them, and the hive was too small.
And now that swarm we caught, the swarm that engulfed our entire deck, is now, you can see back here, you see that huge hive there? We had to make 3 supers, or 3 splits.
Yeah, I tried to kick off another hive from it last year, do a walkaway split, putting eggs in there. It didn't take, and it started to. It looked like there were some queen cells in there, but it was just too late in the year. It was around September, October. Okay, all the drones are gone, and it doesn't really do any good to try to split a hive that late in the year. So it started again this year, and one of them is taken. I saw the queen in there today. Another one I've had to take from a recent swarm. We caught a swarm about 2 weeks ago and put it down there as well. And from that one's been going pretty well. It was a fairly strong colony. And I took some eggs out of there and put it into the hive that didn't take. So instead of taking from the big swarm, I took from that recent one, simply because I didn't want to dig so deep into the other swarm hive, right? As you can see, it's got multiple brood chambers on there, and they're going pretty well. That queen is laying a lot. Got 3 or so supers on it. She's even laying in one of the supers, but that's okay. Simply because we're looking for strong hives here. And it is the first time I've had a colony, or that we've had a colony over winter.
I think that's the first time we've had a colony really survive in the winter. I mean, it's still a possibility that they die out, but when they're going that well, I think that's the first swarm or a hive that is made it through the winter fully. Like last time, it seemed like it was making it through the winter, but instead it just died out anyway.
Yep. So we'll have it later in the video. We're going from left to right there. We'll have the first one, the swarm hive, the next one that I'm trying to start with it, the next one that we're trying to start a split from that other swarm that we caught last year. It's actually doing well now, and the queen is in there. Hadn't seen any eggs, but I did see her in there running around today. And then we've got the big one on the end, which is the swarm from last year. And it really, it's got, I believe it's 3 supers on there, and 2 of them are almost full. Nectar, some of it's starting to be capped over, and then that 3rd super on there, they've already started work on it as well. So it really makes a huge difference when you get a hive to overwinter and it takes off the next year. That in years past they barely struggled through the winter and then ended up dying out or whatever. But this one, you can see how folks get so much honey and stuff. It is by getting these overwintered hives and getting them rolling. What else we got?
I guess, so you can see, there is there's a lot of bees talking right now. You might not see that, but there's bees flying everywhere there. And, that other hive is that first swarm, that is huge.
Yeah. And I already had my first sting of the year. I opened up that first hive to see how it was doing, that swarm from last year. As soon as I opened the top, they came out in force, and got my first sting for the year. So okay, that shows you how powerful they are. They weren't ready to be messed with, that's for sure. But now they're doing great.
I kind of wonder what bees those are. What do you think?
Probably like Italians or something like that. Probably. You know, they were just a local swarm, so it's whatever decided to come live in our hive.
Yeah. I remember that day, just like our entire deck is engulfed. Like, when they're like the swarm like that, they don't really sting, right? Like when they're in the swarm.
No, not usually, no.
Yeah. So it's safe to even go out there, even though it doesn't. You just see these, like the entire deck is just bees.
Yeah. What else we got?
I just got baptized recently.
Yes.
Baptized, but I also got I was able to choose my own gifts, so I got this a Dell Optiplex 9020 Micro. It's a refurbished old workstation, which this is like neat because keep these out of the landfills and stuff. I would recommend it because this is only $117. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Prime though, but it's neat. And then I also got like a little printer and a little camera, like a whole bunch of other stuff, and like 8 notebooks and pens.
Yeah, a little off subject today, huh? All right.
Can we keep that in the video? Like maybe at like the end or something?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, going off the subject, right? So 2023 was an extremely rough year, not only for beekeeping, but we also lost Dad last year.
Yeah, when did he die? November?
In October.
Oh. October what? Like 12?
8th.
Oh, October 8th.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, A.J. Henson. From when was he born? 1930 what? 1931 to 2023.
Yeah. Miss
you will be loved. Okay, back to 2024. This is a swarm we caught last year. First, we'll examine the swarm we caught this year. They were left inside the swarm trap for about a week, and this is all the comb they built. And we did find a queen.
I moved the swarm down to a new location, and I put tissue in front of the box to let them sit in there for a while. Of course, here comes my helpers. That was the next day. So I didn't have a chance to get them to sit there, but they did stay. They didn't swarm again. All right, let's check out this first hive. This is the swarm that we just caught. Let's open it up and see if that queen is still laying eggs. And here's the super that I put on there right after I caught the swarm. You can see the good amount of bees in there. I think you see some new comb in there as well. Let's see, we'll pull this out and take a look.
As you can see here, they've taken to the hive and built new comb. The little specks that look like rice are bee eggs. Let's take a look at the second colony. This one didn't have a queen, and we're gonna attempt to make another walkaway split. The third hive was a split from the swarm we caught last year. It's doing pretty well and we can see the queen, but no eggs yet. We found the queen. No eggs yet, hopefully she'll start laying soon. Let's look at our overwintered hive. It's the swarm we caught last year. You can see in the supers working hard collecting nectar and turning it into honey. Even on this end frame, they're filling it with nectar too. We're not going to go any further because this hive's doing great and we don't want to disturb it. And see you next time on Nick's Nectar. Okay, so welcome to Nick's Nectar. So what's going on this week or time?
You want to start over?
This time.
No.